Jody, and I'm here to do another tutorial with you. It's kind of a dreary Sunday and in the afternoon, and yeah, so what better thing to do than to start some jewelry making? That's what I'm thinking. Of course, I have Cheeto back here, and he is sleeping next to his trusty unicorn. He's also taken ownership of this box that's on my floor, and I don't have the heart to get rid of it. And I believe, no, Lucy was in there. She's not in there anymore, but his toys are in there. So they've taken ownership of that box, and I can't get rid of it. So I've just been kind of moving it from here and there around my craft room, and yeah, it's permanent residence now. It's here forever until it falls apart, and then I finally can throw it away. So maybe Cheeto will wake up before the video's over and do some talking with us. But today I am definitely going to show you something kind of cool. I haven't tried it out, as always. I'm always just experimenting, and I'm bringing a couple things together. So we are going to use some more of the Curated Bead Box treasure chest. I'll tell you what we're going to be using, but we're also, I think I told you guys that last Christmas my mother-in-law and father-in-law got me a subscription to Annie's Simply Beads Kit of the Month Club. So, and I think maybe when I said something, I said very few times have I made what is on the actual photo and instructions. Most of the time I just take it as bonus beads, and they do have some really beautiful beads. I actually have two kits that I haven't opened yet. Well, the one I opened because we're going to use part of it today, and the other one I'm saving because I'm trying to think of what I want to do with it. So I don't know how much it is. I honestly don't, but I can look it up and let you guys know. I did not expect my in-laws to be buying this for me for an entire year. I thought maybe it would be like a couple months, and then it would be over, but they must have got me a year subscription. Anyway, so it's been pretty great. Just some added things to my collection. So I will show you those pieces that we're going to be using today in this as well. All right, everyone, I'm going to turn you guys around and we will get started. Okay, so I did some rearranging of how my lights were and everything else, and cut down my mat to be around the size of the frame in effort to try to maintain in-frameness. And yes, that is a word. I just made it up. So this is what we're going to be doing today. I want to make a beaded linked chain necklace, and I will show you some things that we will be using. So first of all, this was what came in the kit. So it's this beautiful, it was called Athena. So it came with labradorite and 14 karat gold medallions, and some jump rings, some little eye pins, everything else. This is the labradorite links that came in the kit, and I think they're absolutely gorgeous. So we're going to be using those today. These are the faceted labradorite beads that came in, and I think they're really pretty too, so we're going to be using those. And those actually work really well with these, and these were the 10 millimeter rust gray duo style glass beads that I got from the Curated Bead Box treasure chest. Let me just grab this and put them together so you can see how well they work together. So it's really like almost like they were made for each other. Look at that. I know there's gray in there, but there's almost like this green that it picks up when it's next to this labradorite. It's really, really pretty. So we're gonna mix these two up a little bit, and we're going to make a necklace. Maybe a bracelet, I don't know yet. If we do, it will be a very simple bracelet. So this is what we're using. We're using that. I do have a couple leftovers from the Cafe au Lait Designer glass bead mix. And I actually have some bicones from, you guessed it, Beadbox Bargains. So we have a little array of things. I believe this, I'm trying to think where this came from. I believe this came from Beadbox Bargains too. When I did their Black Friday sale, there was like, you get like 10 toggle clasps for like, I think it was like 89 cents or something like that. It was ridiculous. So this is what we're going to be doing. All right, so I'm going to pause the video for a second, get this all spilled out here so we can lay it out and how we want to do it. Okay, so here we are, we're all laid out. I'm gonna see if I can just bring you in just a little bit, right about there maybe. This probably went right back to where it was. All right, so this chain that came in the Annie's Simply Beads Kit of the Month, we're going to cut up some pieces. So we're going to cut, let me grab like a little, and I think I want them to be roughly, grab my little measuring thing here, if I can find out what I did with it. Oh, there it is. All right, so got that. And I think I want them to be roughly an inch long. So yeah, I think right about there would be perfect. So that's what we're gonna do. And we're gonna make them all the same length. And I know this is gonna be kind of a tedious little thing here. And then we're just going to grab one of these little head pins or this little eye pin. And I think Wendy's the one who showed us this little trick that you just hook them on together if you want them to be the same length. And then you can just kind of pull on it. Oh, I didn't even get that through the right little. Make sure you get it through the end, not like the third one down like I just did. Okay, so if you just do this and you get them all like pulled out, then you can just come in and you can cut the length that you don't need where you want that to come off. And we'll just keep doing that. Just leave those little links, chain links right on there. We're gonna do many of them. All right. This is like very, I'm trying to do it to where you can see it on camera, because normally I would do this in my hand and you guys can't see what's going on in my hand. So we're just gonna do it this way. And if I struggle a little bit, then whatever, it's fine. I want to just trim that one little link off because I made it that one too long, or the other one's too short anyway. All right, there we go. All right. So I know this is probably the most boring part of the video, but I'm committed, so let's just do this. All right. So I know I had put it out there to you guys on how to use the memory wire necklaces. And I gotta tell you something. So I was online this morning while I was drinking my coffee and snuggling with my cats. And I was looking for different ideas. Like I said, I like to get my inspiration from others too. And when I do find inspiration in others, I will definitely let you know where I got the idea from. I don't want to take someone's idea and own it as if it's my own. I would feel really wrong for that. But I do use Pinterest a lot. I also will look up different companies that have the same style of jewelry that I like, just to kind of blend a few like ideas together and see if I can come up with something that's kind of like that, but obviously very different because I do want it to be unique and I do want it to be my own. So like I said, I'm just taking inspiration from those pictures and videos. Now I don't think these are all going to be like super even. I think maybe there might be one or two that may not be exactly even, but you know what? I'm not going to be too concerned about it. You're not going to be able to tell. All right. I think we just need a few more. Essentially, they're only going to go be part of one side. Actually, let me see, how many do I have here? I've got 7. Let's stop there because I think 7 is good. I think that's where I want to be. So awesome. So we can set that aside for now. We will be using more of this chain. So anyway, I was looking around and I'm like, you know, I gotta check out to see if any of the people that I normally would watch have done anything with necklaces. And you know what? I found quite a few. And I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, you know, and then I started getting some ideas, and I'm not going to use it yet because I'm still kind of working on my ideas. But I also saw, and I will link her information because, of course, I'm using my phone right now and I did not jot down her name, but I will link her information as well in the show notes. And she made, which I can show you an example because I made a pair. And we're going to be talking about these one day too. I'll show you. She made these ear wires out of memory wire. These ear wires out of memory wire. So I'm like, stop it. I could not believe it. And you know, perfect timing to see that. I made these this morning just to practice to see if it was something that I liked. She did it a couple different ways. She did some with a little loop. She also did some where she just hammered the bottom of the one side that you're gonna put the beads on flat, so it acted like a stopper. So I haven't tried that way yet, but anyway, so these. And what made me really happy about that is in my heightened panic on Beadbox Bargains, I saw memory wire and I didn't read the size because I was in a hurry, and so I just threw it on there. Well, this memory wire is great, but it's so little. And aside of cutting it off and using it for links, I was trying to think of other things I could do with it. Well, that's perfect. These can all eventually be like ear wires if I don't use them for anything else. I bought it in gold and I bought it in the stainless. So anyway, I will be showing you guys eventually a tutorial about that. I want to find my file before I do that. It's here somewhere, so I can show you to file the ends and everything like that if you've never done that before. Anyway, so that's going to be a really cool thing, and I will make sure that I will tell you who she is, and I'll actually send you her information in the show notes so you can check her out yourself. All right, so my idea is to use these chains going up one side of this necklace. All right, like so. And using my beads as links. All right, so I want to use these tiny little beads as just a link in between each one. Okay. So we're not using a ton of those little tiny ones, but we'll use them scattered throughout, okay? So that. Then I also wanted to use these little labradorite links going up the side as well. And how about one more here? And using these in between. Okay. Then I thought this other side could just be strung. So using a mixture of our labradorite little babies here. Okay, move those links. We probably will use them all. I don't know yet. Like I said, we might be doing a bracelet too. So using these little labradorite beads, stringing them on with our 7-strand wire, and using some more of these. You know what? Maybe we'll do 2. Let's do like this maybe. And I don't have the right amount of links, like the sizes. But you know what? If it's a little off, or maybe we'll just string these 2 sides and save those links for the bracelet. Yeah, and maybe a pair of earrings. Yeah, you know what? We can make like a whole set here. We just turned this video into a whole complete set. All right, so something along this line. Now the way I string these, it might be different than what I'm laying out, because I think that I might want to do it a little bit differently. And I even may just go ahead and make more links like this to do the labradorite. So I think that's what we're gonna do. So you know what? we're going to start this side, and then if I decide that that's what we're going to do partway through this, then I will go ahead and do that off camera so I don't drive you guys crazy. All right, so we're definitely going to need some of these little short eye pins that they had given me, which I actually really like these little eye pins. And I just want to make sure I didn't slide off camera anywhere. All right. Let's turn this just a little bit. There we go. All right. So let's go ahead and link these, do these little links. All right. We're just going to do some simple loops, okay? So we're going to cut this off. Come in with my round nose pliers. Whoops, getting violent here. And just make our little link. There we go. Like so. Perfect. And let's keep on going. So yesterday was the first 100 lots that Chris had and friends had put up to sell, and yeah, 100 lots went really fast. Like, I'm sure he probably figured it would take all night, not knowing like how fast we are about buying stuff. So I decided that I bought 3 lots. I bought 2 bead lots, and I had bought the lucite leaves and flowers because I think I have a really cool idea for something for that. But I was feeling really terrible because I saw how sad others were that they didn't get an opportunity, and so I reached out to Chris and I texted him and I said, look, I said, I'm feeling terrible. I got 3. I probably should have only, went for 1. And, he told me that, that it was okay. And I said, no. I said, I tell you what, Chris, I'm like, I'll buy them, but I want to give them away to somebody who did not get an opportunity to get some. So I ended up giving 2 away, and I know that probably doesn't seem fair either, but I only had 2, and so I just picked 2 people randomly who did not get it. So anyway, I wanted to say that if it seemed unfair the way I did that, I want to let you know that I am truly sorry. And I just felt like I felt terrible, and I wanted to give to somebody the way that I've been blessed by you all, and blessed by Chris and Wendy, of course. I'm super blessed by everybody here, and by the Lord himself too. So anyway, so that's why I did what I did. It wasn't, to pick out people who I favored over anybody, so I hope nobody thought that. I really do care what people think, honestly. I really do. I know that I can take criticism really well, and I'm really good at it, but this is something it just made me sad. Instead of being like happy to have something at Wendy's, I felt sad that I had taken an opportunity away from somebody who loved her as much as I did. So, or as I do, I should say. My love for her has never stopped. Anyway, so that's why I did what I did. If any of you had noticed. And I'm not telling you because I want you to think that I'm great or something. No, I'm telling you because if you saw something and you felt bitter about it, or kind of sad about it on why I picked who I picked, it wasn't for any reason other than they were just very randomly picked. So I definitely don't have any favorites of anybody. I love everybody equally. So that's the only reason why I'm mentioning it. I just don't want anyone to have hurt feelings or anything. So, all right. If you happen to be one of the ladies who is getting one of those bead packages, I just want to tell you, when you make something, now you have to share it with me because I want to see what you made. You have to show me pictures. That is my only thing I'm going to ask of you, is you have to show me pictures. All right. So that's what we have so far. Let's go ahead and put this little chain together. And we're just going to, I'm not going to use any jump rings, we're just going to use our end of our eye pins to hook to the chain and hook them all together. Can you hear my washer? It's like on its last legs, I swear it is. It's gotta be. Oh my goodness, it does not sound great. That's for sure. It does not sound great. I think after the beginning of the year, we're going to end up needing a new washer. The dryer's fine, but the washer has been, we got it from my sister-in-law when we first moved into this house a few years ago, and I think that it was kind of, like we beat it to death. I mean, seriously, we had, 3 kids living here with us, and we were constantly washing. This poor washing machine got more work than it probably ever thought it would get. And I think that it's finally just about time. I'm just hoping that it lasts through the holidays, and I'm trying to do really small loads just in case something happens and I have to run it to the laundromat to finish it. I know it costs more in electricity and everything, but right now, I don't want to replace a washing machine because Christmas is right around the corner, and so is Shane's birthday, and I definitely want to be able to do things for that. So, and not to mention, eventually we're going to go on vacation in end of April, beginning of May. We're going to head down to the Keys with another friend of ours and another couple of friends, and take a little vacation, some fun and sun. And yeah, so that's what we're planning. So money spent on a washing machine would not be fantastic right now. Oh, which by the way, I gotta tell you, so if we have like the worst like car luck. So it was kind of funny in a way. So Friday night, Shane's tire was leaking some air. And he's like, okay, well, that's weird. Maybe I just have a slow leak somewhere. He's like, I'll take it to Discount Tire or whatever, one of those places, and have it looked at, and maybe they can just find it and patch it or whatever. He does have like a warranty on his tires. Or if worse come to worse, you know, we would just have to buy a new tire and have them rotated and all that good stuff. So I took my car and I drove to go get my mom so we can go grocery shopping together. We went to Aldi and Meyer, and we stopped at Aldi first, went inside, got our groceries. We were probably in there. We were taking our time because they had just put out a bunch of new stuff down what I've understood as people call it the aisle of shame, which is the random aisle, which is the aisle that I love the most in that whole store. Anyway, so we're taking our time, really looking at everything and showing each other stuff that we're seeing from the other side of the aisle. And so it probably took us a good hour in Aldi. And I know it probably shouldn't have taken us that long, but it did. And I get out to my car, and now mind you, I did not have anything on in my car. There were no lights. I've been really careful about it because one time I left my lights on, a light on in the car, and I woke up to a dead battery. So ever since then, I've been super careful about making sure everything in my car is off. And we got out there, put our groceries away. I put both shopping carts away. I got my mom in the car. I got in and I went to start it up, and it wouldn't turn over all the way. So like it was making the noise like it would turn over a little bit, but not all the way. And I'm like, oh no. So we have Shane's car that we're dealing with, and now my car too. And I sat there and I told my mom, I'm like, well, that's fantastic. I'm like, you know, this is not something we want to deal with right now at this moment. We don't want to deal with two cars that are like on the brink of like needing major repairs. And we both have newer cars. So it's not like, I mean, my car's a 2017. It's not old. It's a 2017 Subaru. And anyone who drives Subarus know that you can pretty much drive them forever. And yeah. Anyway, so I called Shane and he's like, okay, well, I am like trying to get my tire off my car. And he's like, call your brother. And so I called my brother, and he came over and he's like, well, we're going to try a jump to see if it really is your battery, or, you know, and then I'll follow you to Meyer. And when you guys get out of Meyer, I'll still be there. I'll just sit in the parking lot and we'll see to make sure your car starts and it's not your alternator. So apparently it was my battery. I don't know, like it's fine now. Like it's working fine, thank goodness. But what Shane thinks maybe could have happened, you know how sometimes when you get out of the car and your seatbelt gets stuck and you don't realize it and your door doesn't get closed all the way, he thinks that could have happened, and that maybe that an interior light stayed on and we didn't know it, and because we were in Aldi for so long, it just drained the battery just enough where it wouldn't turn over completely. So definitely possible. Okay, so there's our little chain. Cute. All right, and now let's make the links to go with these links. Anyway, so now we just have Shane's car to deal with right now. So, and mine seems fine. But I mean, it's not a big deal. I mean, I work really close to home, and my stepson Xander has his car here, and my boss, who's my friend as well, would be happy to pick me up, or, you know, Xander could take me to work and Shane could pick me up because he gets out earlier than I do. So it's not a big deal. We're not out anything. It's just, it's one of those things where it's like, oh, are you kidding? It's just, but I have to laugh at it because it really is like, of all things that could be wrong in life, it's really the smallest thing really for me. you know, everyone's health is, you know, good, and it's the smallest thing. It really is. Not a big deal. All right, let's go ahead and finish making these links real quick, and then we'll connect all those together. I'm using my older pair of, and you can probably tell because they're like super old looking, of round nose pliers, because I've noticed that my other ones, they were a less expensive one, and they've been acting kind of funny, and my loops have been really crappy, and I kept thinking, you know, is it me or is it my round nose pliers? But my round nose pliers, when you turn, it's almost like it's getting loose and it's twisting. So I'm not getting great loops. So I went back to my old ones because these things are really strong. The one thing I don't like about them is just I feel like they're a little bit thicker for my hand, and I'm so used to the thinner ones, but I'll get used to them again. Just take a moment. But my loops are better, so there's that. All right. Whoops, just flung that. I say that, and then I make a cruddy loop. There we go. That's getting there. There, that's better. And I have one more. And then we'll link these together to see if we need anything else to kind of help it out. Maybe we'll want to put a little tiny labradorite link in there somewhere. I don't know, we'll see. All I know is I wanted 2 strands going down to 1 piece. And I want it to be kind of pretty but eclectic, if that makes sense. And I just thought these beads looked so good together, so amazing together. Now this time we are going to use some jump rings just because these links, they're like a little bit fatter than an actual head pin. And we do have some small ones here, so I'm gonna pull those out. There we go. And I'm really hoping that this has helped me stay on camera here. All right. And we'll just link that little guy on there. There we go. And just gotta make sure that jump ring is closed all the way. I have a tendency to not get them closed all the way sometimes, and they kind of fall right off. All right. Okay, and let's talk about my earring video. So I really had a lot of fun doing that. Like the 30 minutes went by so fast, and I really felt confident that I would get through, like, honestly, I kind of thought I would get through all of them, but I should have known better. I mean, it takes longer. I mean, it takes a while to do a good pair of earrings. But it was so much fun, and I was so tense and stressed out. I kind of felt like it was like that game, Perfection, the one with the little yellow shapes in it, and you set the timer and you have to get all the little shapes like put in, and then if you miss any of the shapes and the timer goes off, it pops everywhere. And that game always like caused me such severe anxiety as a child, and I hated playing that game. One of my little friends loved coming over to play that game, but the game was just awful for me. Anyway, I kind of felt like it was like that. But you know what? All in all, it was a blast. It was fun. I don't regret it. I made a huge mess out of my desk, and it took me a good couple hours to clean up. But you know what? I would do it all over again. I would do another little thing just like that. You know, it was a lot of fun. Even if I didn't do it on video, like I would still love to challenge myself and say, you know what, I mean, how many bracelets can I make in 30 minutes? Like single strand bracelets, because you know, it's more than just beading. You got to put on your little findings, and you got to, you have so many little things that take up time to do. All right. Oh yeah, here we go. Did I put that on with the, okay, I was trying to remember if I had used the jump ring or not. Anyway, so it was a blast. I had a lot of fun doing it, and I didn't realize that like watching the video would have made you guys like all on edge too. So I apologize for that. It's just that was some of the first couple comments I saw was like, that was fun, but I was so anxious and I was like so stressed out for you. It was a stressful but fun video. It really was. I really had a good time with it. All right, so I guess I didn't take into consideration that this link would be a lot smaller than the other chain. I guess that's like a big duh moment on my part. So you know what we're going to do? This is going to be like a decision on the fly. We are going to actually bring the rest of these over here, and we're going to just do it so they can be like the same length. Because if we end up just having to do, you know, a couple strands of beads over on this side, or a strand of beads on this side with a chain, I'm absolutely okay with that. So a little bit of roadblock here, but I'm okay with it. I didn't even think about it. I just thought that, you know, when you lay things out, of course, you think it's going to be the same size. Well, no, it's not, because they're closer together and there's not this great big chain in between each link. We're just going to call that one a dumb moment. All right. Okay, we're actually getting somewhere. We'll probably have to make a couple more little links there, which is good. I was really excited about how well these all looked so good together. So excited about it. When I saw that, I was just kind of cleaning up and put some things away, and I was just trying to group some stuff together so I can see what I might want to do with something. And I'm like, you know what? I haven't looked at either one of those other little bead kits that I get. I said I need to pull those out and take a look at them because I haven't done anything with them. So I pulled them out, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this goes so well. These labradorite pieces go so well with these beads. And then I got super excited because I'm like, all right, well, we're gonna merge two different subscriptions together. And yeah, I absolutely love it. I think it looks so good together. And you know, honestly, like this last month, like November's beads, because Sam's Bead Box and Bargain Bead Box, their stuff was very interchangeable too. I mean, if I wouldn't have used all my November of my Bargain Bead Box, I could have used some of those pieces to go along with Sam's, which I still have some things I want to make out of that too. Yeah, I have a couple little projects set aside for Sam's Bead Box yet. And then whatever's left of that will just go into my stash, and I will definitely use it at a later time. All right, let's hook this one on here. Okay, we need a bigger link. Okay. Need another one of these. So tonight for dinner, I am making Indian food. I am making butter chicken with basmati rice and naan bread. I am not making the naan bread. I purchased the naan bread because I haven't had the time to really make anything like that, and I've never made it before. So if I'm going to try to make naan bread in like a skillet, like a cast iron skillet, I am going to do it early enough in the day to where if I destroy it, then I can go to the store and buy it. But the store-bought naan bread is delicious as long as you, I sprinkle a little bit of water on each piece and heat it up in a hot, shallow frying pan, just real quick on each side. And it just softens up so nice. And yeah, so it's like perfect. All right. So here's that one, and then I think we could use probably one more link there. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. All right, I'm gonna give these a little yank down here so we can work from here and you can see what I have going on. All right, so we almost have one side completely done. And then I think I am going to do the chain in between those little labradorite pieces. And so I am going to go ahead and pause this video in a second. And I'm going to cut those little pieces of chain just so that you're not having to watch me cut chain again, because I know it's not the most fun. All right, so there's 2 of the strands that we're going to be using. And we, like I said, we will be using more of the chain here too for some other stuff for this necklace. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and pause this, and then I'm gonna cut that chain and I'll be right back. Did you have that, babe? Huh? Oh, did you have one? Oh, good. Am I putting the cough drops in there? Okay. All right, honey. Well, hello, Tino Man. Okay, I'm back. I've got my 7 links cut, and I have my 8 labradorite faceted rounds here together, and we're going to go ahead and make all the little links for this side. All right. Let's just start getting these little loops made here. So little simple loops. And there's one. So U of M played Iowa last night, and I could not stay up to watch the game. I think I stayed up to about 9, and then I told Jay, I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, but I'm going to bed. And so I went up and went to bed and found out this morning that U of M is still undefeated, which is really great. I'm super proud of them. But the story is going into something more. So, you know, prior to football games, they usually do like a bunch of commentary. They talk about the different students on both teams and things that they're achieving and, you know, different stats for them and stuff. But there's one young man who is on U of M that has, his story was really inspiring. So he's not one of the kids that ended up in college at U of M because, you know, his parents had a lot of money and they were able to help their kid pay for college and stuff. He worked really super hard. His dad is a landscaper, and he had worked very hard to get to where he was, and it's was such an inspiring story. And he gives back to his Ann Arbor community by, before Thanksgiving, he ended up donating a bunch of turkeys to a bunch of families, and he hand delivered these turkeys to their door. And he does a bunch of stuff with children who are, you know, learning sports and stuff like that too. And just an amazing young man. And, you know, I look at people like him, and there's so many young kids that are like that. They're just giving, and I am amazed by how much they continue to bless others, and it's just so inspiring. Can't think of the young guy's name. Corin or something like that is his last name, but he's a really good little football player too. But mostly with these young kids that are involved in these sports, you know, that's when, you know, the light is shown on them, and you can see all the things that they have done to help out their own communities, and it's just amazing. If more adults acted like that, it'd be wonderful. But unfortunately, adults tend to have been around a longer time than these kids, and they're a little more jaded about things, and it's sad, but it happens. Anyway, I just wanted to share that with you. I think this is going to be a really fun necklace. I'm really excited about it. I can't wait till I'm done with it. It's taking a little bit longer than what I had thought. And I think I still might want to just make a really quick little bracelet to go with it, even if it doesn't have any of these little links or anything like that. I think it'd be cute, or just maybe like a real quick pair of earrings or something. Just something to go with it when I wear it, or if I give it away to somebody, when they wear it, they have something else that goes with it too. So we started doing some of our Christmas shopping, and we decided that for Jacob and his fiance Devin, we're probably going to shop off their registry and get them something that maybe, maybe it's something that they won't get purchased for them. But we thought that would be like the perfect opportunity to do that. So that's what we're going to do for them. So they're going to end up getting like a joint gift. Plus they'll both get something little, from us too. There's always like, we always get our kids like socks and underwear and stuff too. But, maybe we could find them both something little that they like. I know that Devin likes to do crafts, and she's got a Cricut. And so I'm sure like a Michael's or Joanne's gift card would be used. And so I'll probably do that for her. But, or maybe get them like a gift card to go out to eat or something. And go out to eat on us. But then William likes old books. So he likes to look at them and read them. And he also likes to collect them. So he actually found a book that he wanted. It's a used book. And when he first sent it to me, it was $50. And I'm like, oof, I have to wait on that one for a little bit. But then yesterday, for some reason, I know what it was, because Shane was asking me for the links that the kids have been sending me of different things. And so I went to open up that link that William had sent me, and I noticed that the price dropped on the book down to $10. So I said, oh my gosh, I'm getting it right now. So I ended up getting his book for him for $10 instead of $50, and I was super excited. So that helps a lot. And so he, will probably have more things like that he wants. He loves things like that. And my brother had given him an atlas, and it's a book, but it's an atlas, a United States atlas that was written like prior to Alaska and Hawaii becoming states. So it's pretty cool. Like, the book is like, there's 48 states in America. And we're like, well, no, there's 50. But yeah, and the pictures are really old, and it's amazing. This book is really cool. So that's pretty much what got him on the start of loving old books. But he actually goes through them and he reads them because he finds them super interesting. He's a very historical kid. He likes history and he likes science. And I always tell him, like, you need to go into something for that. He's having a hard time finding what he wants to do with his life. And you know what? Sometimes it just takes some people longer. Some people know exactly what they want to do. My daughter knew she wanted to help people. She knew she wanted to be in social work. Social work is, in my opinion, an underpaid career. Those poor people are, have a ton of caseloads, and she just recently switched her job, though. She is still working for the same company because she loves the company she works for, but she is part of the crisis team now. So she is handling crisis phone calls and seeing if the person who is in crisis, if it is something where they need to be seen immediately, or if they can be scheduled for an appointment, or just talk to somebody. So she's on that team, and she says it's kind of stressful at times, and I can imagine it is, but she has one of those hearts where she just can dig right in, and she knows that even though it's painful, that she's helping people, and it's what she loves. She loves the human race, and she loves the animals too, but she loves people, and especially people who maybe don't have all the resources that they need, because she really wants them to be able to excel and live their lives in a healthy manner. I'm sure she's seen some hard things. She doesn't talk about it, of course. Sometimes she'll call me. She can't talk about it, And I don't ask her any specifics, and sometimes she'll call me and say, Mom, I just had a really bad day today. And I'm like, oh, honey, I'm sorry, you know, and just kind of, you know, help her get through it, and then, you know, talk to her about some fun things so maybe she can be a little bit distracted, and I let her tell me what she has to tell me, and, you know, if there's anything that I can help her with. But most of the time it's stuff that I can't know anything about, so there's really not a whole lot I can do at that point. But I will just be there and listen to her for whatever she needs. All right, so now I think we are going to, I kind of want to just do links for this too. And, you know, maybe alternate some of these. Or maybe just put them together on the same. Okay, so this is where I play. This is where I play around a little bit just to try to figure out what I want to do exactly. I want it to kind of look like that, but not look like that. I want it to be different. So let's just try this. And I think I'm gonna need my bigger head pin. So let me dig out those. Definitely need some longer ones here. All right. Get out some of those longer head pins. Okay. So we have a few here, and let's just see how this ends up looking. I'm not really sure. I kind of want to do just this by itself and then link these other ones. I don't know. Let's just do it this way. Let's do this. And this. Oh, you know what? I've just got an idea. Why don't we do this, this, and that, and then link those in between each one of these. I think we're gonna do that. Let's do that. All right, so that's what we're gonna do. We got there, we got there. All right, so we're just gonna do simple loops again. And I'm fairly certain one of you are probably I'm so sorry, that snuck up on me. We're probably shouting that out at me too, saying, you can do this. All right. Still have that sneeze. I can't quite get rid of that sneeze. I think it's gonna be here for a little bit. I physically feel better, and like my voice is better, and I'm not stuffy, and I'm sleeping better, but just get that random sneeze. It just sneaks up on me all of a sudden, and that's it. I'm sure it's probably some kind of, at this point, some kind of just residual from, you know, the cold or whatever that I had. I think we're gonna do it this way though. And opposite to what it was. Yeah. I wonder if we should do these like backwards too. Like every other one. Oh goodness, come on. There we go. Yeah, I don't see why not. Well, as you can probably hear, Shane still is coughing like crazy. It's starting to like taper off though, so he's starting to get better. He just needs to rest more, and that's basically what I'm having him do today. You know, he got up this morning and he's like, what do you need me to do? And I said, nothing, I need you to rest. And so that's what he's doing. Everybody needs that day of rest where they can just sit back and do absolutely nothing, or, you know, maybe just take a couple extra naps, or put on a movie that you've seen before and just lay there and go to sleep with it. I think I may have said that my favorite movie to fall asleep to is, oh shoot, I just forgot the name of it now. It's the one with William Wallace. It's, oh my goodness, you guys. Or he yells freedom at the end. I can't think. I'll think of it in a minute. I don't know why things like that, when it's on the tip of your tongue and it's one of your favorite movies, how it slips your mind like that, but it does. All right, so let's just make the rest of these little links. And you know, we may even use, I was thinking about using this little guy down at the bottom of our pendant and then just hanging like a few pieces of chain from it too. I thought that would look cute. So we might do that. This just may be the video for the necklace today because it has taken me a while to do it. And, but then maybe I'll figure out something to do for like necklace and, or bracelet and earrings and do those in another video to go with it. Just so super excited at how well these went together. Oh, the dog's getting yelled at. He must be acting up. All right, let's go ahead and start linking these together. I'm gonna need more tiny jump rings, so let me dig out some more of those. Oh, they're a different color too. Well, then we're gonna just save those two and we're just gonna use all the same color on one side here. I didn't realize that I had some darker ones. That's okay. It'll all blend in together and it'll look just fine. All right. So let's go ahead and start linking these together so we know how long we need it to be. Oh my goodness, I'm struggling. There we go. We have yet to go get our Christmas tree. We will probably be doing that next weekend. And I started digging out some of my Christmas stuff and I put my Christmas hanging on my door, on my front door. And I got my snowman candle holder. Oh, I think Marms wants in. Hold on one second, guys. Come on. Hi, Marmalade. Okay, so Marmalade wanted in. Now he's in. All right, so where was I? Sorry about that, everyone. Anyway, so I started digging out some of my Christmas stuff and I got my snowman candle holder out, and so I could use, oops, some of my candles with that. And that's really about it. And I will hopefully get the rest of the stuff at least pulled out from the storage room in the basement out to where I can get to it quickly so I can have it ready for the weekend. I am going through my stuff this weekend when I decorate as well, because there's a lot of things I just keep hanging on to from year to year, and stuff that I'm not using, so I need to really get rid of it. I'm gonna pull it aside and do a big donation after Christmas is over too, because I really need to, or maybe I should do it before so that people can get the ornaments and stuff if they need them. So I can run it to the local donation centers here and give it to them. Oh, I just mutilated that one. That one's past point of fixing. There we go. right, this is gonna be cute. I like that already. Okay, so now we need to do some more of our little tiny bead ones, and since that one started with labradorite, let's do these little orange ones. There we go. And there. And just trim off a tiny little bit. Marmalade, what are you doing, buddy? Sweet old cat. Such a good kitty. He has really been the best cat. Just so sweet all the time. Okay, let's go ahead and hook these on real quick to see where we're at. Kind of just making them link by link here until we get long enough. Actually move this stuff so we can see. I feel like I make such a disaster when I'm beading. Although you all have reassured me that it's not as bad as as some things that you've seen. So I'm thankful for that. Oh, I must have lost it. Did I not get that closed all the way? Let me see. Oh, it was that was silly. That wasn't closed all the way. I'm telling you, even with my glasses, I need like a magnifying glass or something. Just have like such a hard time seeing these sometimes. If I'm holding it up close to my face, I can see, but with holding it out like this, it's, there we go. It's a little more challenging, but I'm up for the challenge. Okay, there we go. All right, so now we can hook another piece on. Hold on. Let me make sure I got that close all the way. Otherwise, it's gonna come apart. There we go. Okay, now we're good. Yeah, I'll have to go back and check all my little links before I even like wear this somewhere. I don't want it to fall apart on me. Okay. And then open up another jump ring here. Hello, Mr. Marms. Hi, buddy. Oh my goodness, you guys hear him? He is yelling. He wants back out again because that's what he does. Because that's exactly what he does. All right, let me let him back out. I guess he just wanted to come in and see what I was up to and then leave. All right, so let's go ahead and finish this up. Oops. It's going to be a really beautiful necklace, at least I think. There we go. Another one of these. Oh yeah, I did, okay. All right, let's go ahead and put these two on. I'm sure we're gonna need much more, but I just wanna do these kind of two at a time here. So maybe you guys can tell me what your favorite family tradition is for your holiday that you celebrate. It could be Christmas, it can be Hanukkah, it could be whatever holiday that you celebrate this time of year. Tell me what your favorite tradition is. And if it's something that you continue on, like maybe it was a family tradition and you've continued with your if you have children, maybe with your own children. But yeah, just tell me about your favorite tradition. It can be anything. It could be from going on a Friday night to go look at lights and get some hot cocoa, and or you know, whatever. It could be whatever you want it to be, whatever your favorite tradition is. I'd like to hear all about it. I think one of our favorite traditions is you know, like I like for the kids, it's we like to go like stocking stuffer shopping together. I mean, most of our other shopping we end up doing online, but we go to a place downtown Kalamazoo called Rocket Fizz, and we do, it's all like novelty stuff and like candy, but there's candy from like years and years and years ago that you can't find anywhere else, and there's new candy and there's funny stuff, and they have a bunch of different kinds of flavors of pop. That's like they have a pop that's like ranch dressing pop, and like so we always try to find something that's probably not the most delicious, but we want the kids to try it, and they have so many different kinds that we have not duplicated one yet. So we do that, and those are our stocking stuffers. And no, our kids do not have ginormous stockings, but what ends up happening is we end up just taking the stocking off the little hanger and laying the stocking on top of their pile of stuff, because we go crazy for stocking stuffers. It's so much fun. That's like, to me, the most fun thing that we do together for the kids. As far as like traditions with the kids, I'm sure a lot of you guys already do this. I know I did it with my kids when we were young. We you know, usually play a game on Christmas Eve, but they also get one gift that they can open on Christmas Eve, and it's pajamas. And no, I don't do matching pajamas or anything like that, because I don't think the boys would appreciate it. Ashley would be okay with it, but the boys would be like, I am not wearing matching pajamas with everybody. But they would do it for me just if I asked them to. So, but anyway, so they get that, and you know, of course, Shane's birthday is Christmas Eve, so we have the whole family over to celebrate Christmas Eve and Shane's birthday. But once everybody leaves, then it's just us. So we'll, you know, I'll play a game and everything, and then, you know, I make sure I let them know, all right, gotta go to bed, Santa Claus is coming. So, and they just roll their eyes at me. And then once they're all off and in their beds, then Shane and I don't know if you guys do this too, but we have a pickle ornament that we get out, and you basically, it's an ornament, but it's the shape of a pickle, and I can't remember where it comes from, and maybe it's Germany, I don't know, for real, I don't know, but you hide that one on the tree, and so the first person who finds it and claims it, like they grab it off the tree, they get like an extra gift. And so we usually end up getting just like a little like Starbucks gift card or something like that for them. And that way it's something neutral that anybody would enjoy, or like a little gas card or something like that. Anyway, so that's one of our, you know, a couple of our fun things that we like to do. For Shane and I absolutely love that on Christmas Day, once the kids all go see their other parent, it's just him and I, and we go watch a movie and we get Chinese food, and it's just so, it's so nice. It's so much fun, and we really enjoy doing that stuff together. So those are just some examples. And yeah, I've been doing like the, it would be pajamas and like a board game, or pajamas and like a movie. Like the one year I got the kids, it was when, what's that movie with the little boy on the train? Polar Express. When that first came out, I got that on DVD for them. And we, you know, got our pajamas on, put our cookies out for Santa, got our little snack, our little popcorn, and we watched our Polar Express and then headed off to bed to get some sleep. And it was great. So I've been doing that for the kids for a long time. But I think that's one of those things that all the parents end up doing now. I mean, everyone does that. They, you know, you get pajamas for your kids, and everyone has new pajamas for Christmas. All right, let's get this one last one on here, and then let's start putting this necklace together already. I feel like I've been working on this for days. All right. You guys are probably like, okay, are we done yet? You know, it would have been probably quicker if I just would have strung it all, but I don't know, I just kind of like the way the links look. I just think it's cool. All right, so let's figure out how we want to do this, because I didn't think that far ahead. So I know for sure that I think maybe the heavier strands need to be on the bottom, and then the lighter strands can be on top. And I definitely want them to all come down to our pendant. So here's our pendant. But they kind of need to be together, right? So maybe they can all just go right on this jump ring. The jump ring that's on this pendant is a really thick, sturdy jump ring, so I kind of would like to use it. Let's see if we can get everything to fit right on there. I don't know if that would be right though. I'd have to like see what it looks like to make that decision, I guess. I think we're gonna have to do, I don't think that's gonna work out. All right, so this is what we're gonna do. We are gonna still use this jump ring probably, because I think we're gonna need it. But I do need to hook these two together. So, in fact, let's do it this way. There we go. Let's do it like that. Let's get this jump ring. Let's put both of these on this jump ring. And let's hook it to our pendant. Okay, so it's like so. And then let's do the same with this other side. There's enough room inside that little hole in that pendant to make these all fit, so at least it looks like that to me anyway. It's what they're kind of hang the same way. Let's see if I can make this work without looking ridiculous. All right, I think that's gonna work. There. All right. Okay, yeah, that doesn't look like too much jump ring, right? It just looks like it's kind of linked to it. Yeah, I think that looks fine. Okay. I still kind of want to use this one little piece, and I'm trying to think if maybe I should just hang it from here and hang like a few things hanging down, like a few pieces of chain. Okay, we'll still think about that. Let's go ahead and put our, let me see if this is long enough for me. No, we definitely need some chain on the top. I want this to be a little bit longer of a necklace, so let's do that. Let's cut some pieces here. And we don't need super long. I'm thinking we probably need a good like 4 inches on each side just to make it at a good length for myself. So we're going to cut this here. And it's approximately 4 inches on each side that we're going to use. And so we can make sure we're kind of getting that in the middle. Let's use our little head pin. And let's find our middle piece here. Okay. Oop, stuck. There we go. All right, so now we got both of our pieces. And now let's hook those on to our ends. I just kind of want to make sure I'm keeping these. I mean, they're going to twist up on their own, but if I can help it to where that one piece like way longer than the other. Okay, no, I was losing it. All right. I mean, they're probably going to twist up a little bit on their own, which is fine, but I don't want it to be all tangled up before I even get it put together here. And I think we're going to use one little jump ring on the end of this just so that way it's kind of evened out. Oh, I hear Mr. Cheeto rolling around behind me. I think he's starting to wake up a little bit. All right, so let's go ahead and put this on and grab the other strand. And then let's grab our chain and get that on there too. There we go. So now we have all 3 pieces on our jump ring. And then we can put our toggle on here too right away while we're at it. Really cute little toggle. There we go. All right, and now let's do the same for the other side. And I will try this on for you guys at the end here. All right. And then let's go ahead and put a little jump ring on this one because it's just a little bit uneven. And when you're adding all these different beads, it's almost impossible to get them both to line up exactly perfectly unless you're using the exact same beads and you have it all measured out. And yeah, I'm not living life like that. So this is what I do. And nobody's even going to notice the other little jump ring because they're just going to think it's part of the end. And I think it's part of the design, if anything. All right. Let's just make sure that's there. There we go. All right, open this jump ring up. And let's go ahead and loop that on. And here we go. Got all 3 pieces on this side. And it looks like this one spot on the chain may have been welded, so let me trim that off. There. All right, and then we can put our other end of our clasp on. All right, everyone, I just put it on. So let's see, you can see how long it is. I like that it's that long. Oh, I have it on backwards. You actually don't even have to like undo it. That's what I like about it too. So there we go. Now it's not backwards anymore. Let me turn off some of these lights. That one can stay on. There we go. Now you can probably see better there. So I like how the chains aren't like laying exactly where I thought they would. I mean, it's kind of cool because they're just kind of mixed up a little bit. But I do think that maybe this does need a little bit more. So let me know what you think. Do you think it needs more? Do you think it's beautiful just the way it is? I'd really like to know what you think about it. But I do like the length of it, and I think the colors are really, really pretty on it. So that's all I've got for today, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your Sunday. And I know I'm gonna go curl up on the couch with my cats next to Shane and probably have a little snack and some water and maybe take a little snooze. Who knows? All right, everyone. Cheeto is still sleeping, so he's not gonna say bye, but I'll say bye for him, and God bless you all, and I hope you have an amazing week coming up, and we will do some tutorials later this week, hopefully related to this and my little thing that I told you all about. All right, talk to you later. Bye.